as you can see, the C3 is looking more complete. I had been working on it without a hood, without doors for a long time, and without T-tops. The owner brought back the doors and the T-tops. T-tops demonstrate the color that it's going to be. It's going to go back to a factory color. Okay, what I'm doing today though is air conditioner, everything AC. Okay, if you notice the unit, I had the unit there. I put it all together. I put it on the vacuum pump and proved to myself that the system was ready for Freon. All right, so now the owner wants to use R12. He got a rebuilt compressor. This is an A6, okay? And I've really gotten to like these A6s. What we had to do though, because we don't know what kind of oil it took or it was built with and things like that, the first thing we had to do was drain out any oil that was in this, okay? Now, A6s use mineral oil. They don't use the PAG or anything like that. So if you can see, this is like a small oil pan, and there is the drain plug, kind of on the side. So what I had to do is take the bracket off of the engine, put it on my vise, put the compressor on the bracket in the vise, with this, of course, pointing down. So I drained it, and while it was draining, I used my wrench, okay? If you're doing air conditioning, you need one of these clutch wrenches. And I'll just turn it every so often. Turn it to get the oil, the unknown oil, out of the compressor. All right, so now we know we're gonna fill it up with mineral oil, 10.5 ounces. Oh man, there are so many good people that post the good information about the C3. I looked it up, you know, they recommended 11 ounces, but my air conditioner tech says less than that. And hopefully you've met him already. If not, I'll put it to the front of this video. And here recommends 10.5 of the mineral oil. That's our R12 that's going to go in there. What we're going to do, just to make it easier for my gauges, we're going to put these adapters in there, okay? So now a best practice is to, before you install these, take the little fitting or the little valves out, because it's one valve sitting on top of another valve and you may bend it. So, moral of the story, take that little valve out, put these cases on, and then you could put your valve back in. That is so towards the end though. Not worried about that right now. Just getting this baby filled. So now to fill it, of course, I had it in the vise, supported in the vise, turned it over to where that was perfectly straight up and down. I had my plug here, so as I'm filling over here, it's not dripping out over there. And this is the factory plug that it came with in the box. That's useful. All right, so now I would use my little funnel. Everybody needs one of these funnels, just tiny, tiny. Put the funnel in there. I did a little subtraction though, you guys, 10.5, okay? We know that this is 32. So 10.5 is like 21.5. So I marked it. And I would pour, check, pour, check, pour, check. Okay. At the same time, well, consistently, couldn't say, I would take my wrench and I'd turn this over just to get the air out and get that the mineral oil to coat all of the internals. Now, I successfully poured the 10.5 ounces of the mineral oil in there. I buttoned her up so it's ready to go back in, and then put it, plumb it in the system again, and put it on the vacuum. Here's one of the interesting things about this. Okay, it's my understanding that this actually has an oil pump. So, as this compressor operates, it's going to circulate oil at the same time that it circulates the Freon. So I'm excited. I think this is going to be one of the best systems. Let's see how the design works. I really think it's going to be a great deal. I'm optimistic. Anyway, just a couple helpful hints here. When removing your compressor, make sure you protect your lines that have been opened with plastic so you don't get dirt in there or lose your O-rings. And this is for the clutch. And I got this one here, which is for the pressure switch. It's not going to let the clutch kick in without the pressure switch. All right, I'll keep you guys video updated. As you can see, the compressor is on. All of the lines have been connected. I applied a vacuum to it for several minutes. I think it was 20 minutes. And then I let it sit for hours, and it maintained the vacuum. So the system is ready to go. What's left now, what I'm going to talk about now, is the electrical. This is a harness that came out of the car, and I saved it. I also have my diagram, and I have my major components, and I followed a diagram for the power that has to come in. We need power from there, we need power from there, and our grounds, and also followed our grounds. Now I'm checking operation just to make sure that everything works the way it should be, because you know, as soon as the owner would get in there, he'd say, hey, my fan's not working, or this or that's not working. Okay, so this is the electrical test that I set up. Don't let all the wires freak you out. Just trace them according to the diagram. You'll be in good shape. Here's something I did that helped me out too. I labeled these. I looked up each one of these and I labeled them so I could identify them. Okay, for example, this was throwing me off, which was this rotary switch. They call it the master switch, but it's a rotary switch. Okay, so here, let's see what happens. The owner gets in, says, oh, you fixed the AC, did you? And he does this. The fan doesn't work. What kind of cowboy are you? All right, so of course fan doesn't work. This is in the off position. Oh, and this is the temperature. When you slide this one, it'll go up and down from cold to hot. Now, this also controls heater doors and vacuum servos and things like that. That's not what I'm testing now. I'm testing electrical. So let's prove that the fan works. To do that, I'll introduce you. This is my battery to run on. This meter is taking the place of the AC compressor. This is our speed fan switch. This is the main relay. And I set this motor up to get a visual, okay, that the motor changes speed. So let's see, let's try it really quick. We use a rotary knob to go to max AC. Boom. Okay. Now with max AC, we have our fan on. Let's see if we can change our fan speeds. See that? Okay, got it. So let's see if we are getting, if the air compressor is kicking on. We're getting 12 volts there, which will go through your pressure switch directly to the compressor. Compressor's kicking on. Now let's make sure, well, we already did. We already verified that the speeds, and this gets hot. These are just wires like you have in your old toaster. And by changing the combination of the current flow through those wires, you change your speed. Another speed, 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 speed. Okay, so there we go. So now, but let's say you don't want air conditioner, you want heat. Should your air conditioner compressor be on? No. So let's try this. We're gonna go from max AC to normal, okay? The bi-level. Let's go to heat. Oh, look! Our compressor kicked off, okay? Our fan's still on, and that's rightly so. We can change our fan, and that's right. But we don't want the air compressor on when we have heat. And the vent and everything goes for everything else. Okay, I am confident that I have everything I need to get that air conditioner wired up. What I'm going to do is these connectors, I'm going to figure out how to get them through the firewall, get this whole harness through there. I may just delete this big rubber piece there, but I'll do that little by little.